And coming up here on Super Sunday, we do have the coverage here as Manchester City will be the ones who will play here against Arsenal live at the Etihad Stadium for this afternoon. And also after that, we do have Aston Villa as they'll be the ones who will take on against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Midlands Derby matchup between these two sides here right now for tonight between those two sides. Hello everybody and welcome here on Super Sunday, and I am Richard Keys and I'm here to broadcast you this matchup here for this evening, as we do have Arsenal be playing here first away from home against Manchester City. And I know that these two teams have met each other in the FA Cup a few weeks back in the semi-finals, and Arsenal won 5-0 at Wembley Stadium against Man City, but now they meet each other again in the Premier League at the Etihad Stadium. And do you feel that Arsenal have got themselves a chance here to get a result, as they did do against Man City in the FA Cup a few weeks back? Or do you think they might end up coming short here and Man City will give them a game? Because City are in a real title race to really chase on United to try and get the Premier League title by the end of this campaign. What's your thoughts on the whole take about this match? I feel this matchup is very important for Arsenal, but definitely, for them to try and be in the races, to try and qualify for the UEFA Champions League for next season. And also for Man City, it's very important for them to try and win here, to try and put the pressure back onto United. But I know that Arsenal have done quite well against Man City throughout this season, head-to-head, because in their first meeting this season, Arsenal won 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium by 2 goals to 1 in their last Premier League meeting from last year, in fact, at the start of this season. And then in the FA Cup, they won 5-0 against Man City at Wembley. So, in record this season, Arsenal have been the better team over Man City in the games they've both played each other against. So I feel that Man City have got nothing to worry about in this matchup, because they're the home team. They'll be the ones who will be, let's say, the real hot favourites to try and create something in this matchup. And I hope they can do that, because United can go all the way now and definitely clinch their Premier League title in the next couple of games. So it's very important to try and be as consistent, of course, City, and not make any mistakes whatsoever in the results, of course, from now until the end of the season. But a massive, massive matchup, of course, between both great teams who really want to try and get the best out of each other at the Etihad here for this afternoon. Okay, thank you very much there, Andy. And now we move on now to the coverage here now between Manchester City as they take on here against Arsenal. And let's get to the game. And the game is the game here stored for us here between these two great clubs. These two teams met each other at the FA Cup semi-finals a few weeks back, and unfortunately for Man City, they lost 5-0 at Wembley to the Arsenal. So this game is very, very important for Man City to really chase on Man United at the top of the league, because they're currently sitting in second place and they're only now 9 or 6 points behind from Man United. That 6 points gap is massive, so they have to try and fulfill the boots here in this game to really put the pressure back on the shoulders of Manchester United in this matchup. So we do have the lineup here for Man City, as we do have as the goalkeeper Warby Edison in goal for Man City. We have Laporte, Diaz and Walker and Gvardiol with Tresse, Jude Bellingham as well in the middle with Rodri, with Lionel Messi and also Karim Benzema in the team for Man City in the game. And now we move on now to also for Arsenal. Arsenal did very, very well on knocking out Man City out of the FA Cup semi-finals, but do have this lineup here right now for this game as goalkeeper will be David Raya. David Raya will be the goalkeeper with Saliba, Gabriel White and also Jacob Kimmel, and also we've got Jorginho, Declan Rice as well. I've got Martin Odegaard, we've got Martinelli, Jesus and also Bukayo Saka for the Arsenal team. So there's a lot to play for in this game. Lots of fighting attention to this game as well for both sets of teams. And let's see who comes up on top in this matchup and try and get hopefully the 3 points because of it. So a lot to fight for, a lot to play for, and I can't wait for it. Here we go, kick off on the way here between the Arsenal and also Manchester City. And here we go, and let's get it underway for the match. So here's Declan Rice. Pass there now to Ben White. Now White, he pushes through. Now to Bukayo Saka. Now Saka now on the attack here now for the Arsenal. And now good defending there, Laporte. And now all the way there to Gvardiol. And now Rodri. Rodri now to Messi. Messi. And now Foden now on the attack here for City. Could be a chance here for him to score. And in the post. That could have been 1-0 for City. It could have been 1-0 to City. But hit the post, by the way. Now Phil Foden. Chance to goal, and Messi scores. And Man City take the lead as it's 1-0 for the Sky Blues of Manchester in this game. Brilliant finish, I've got to say, from Lionel Messi. He really increased a real good football in terms of his depth, his ability, his striking force as well was brilliant for Messi. And now it is 1-0 to Man City in the game. So here we go. So we have now for Arsenal now, have the ball, holds it there for Declan Rice. Now Martinelli with the ball here for the Arsenal now. Here's Rodri. Now Phil Foden now. Now Foden now really pushing through here for Man City. Looking for a chance here. Good defending there from Declan Rice. Now Rice now to Martin Odegaard. And now to Gabriel Jesus. Now Jesus on the attack. Really pushing through here for Arsenal. And Arsenal now make it 1-1, and it is from Bukayo Saka. Brilliant finish there from Saka, and it is 1-0 to the Arsenal in this matchup. What a hit, what a strike, and what a brilliant goal. And that has a great counter-attack there from Arsenal. And Jesus there, the former Man City player, assisted Saka with the goal. And now it's 1-0 to Arsenal. And Arsenal did actually lose in their last Premier League match-up to Chelsea at the Emirates. They want to try and bounce back, of course, in the league, of course, because they are not in the top 5 at the moment in the Premier League. So they have to try and bounce back in towards that if they can. And we know for Man City, they've got the race on, the title race this season. Arsenal, however, have got the race on trying to get into that top 5. And now Bellingham now has a shot, but good save there from David Raya there for Arsenal. And now good tackle there from White. Oh, free kick's been given. He's been in big trouble here, looks like, to give away a free kick. No card given whatsoever there from the referee to give to Ben White. So there's going to be a free kick here for the Arsenal here in this matchup. Let's see what happens here in this match right now. We've got a substitution, by the way. Benzema comes off the field, and we've got Alvarez will come on the field. Julian Alvarez will come on to replace Benzema. I think he's injured. I think he is there carrying Benzema from that challenge he took. There's a chance there for a goal, potentially so there. And that could have been, but right there to the goalkeeper's hands. Nice and comfortable right there now. Here's Martinelli. And now lost the ball now back here to Julian Alvarez here now. Here's to Jesus. Jesus now looks for options here. He pushes through on his own rather than go and pass it here. He goes for make it 2-1, but saved right there from Ederson. Brilliant save. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant save. And now it's going to be here a corner. It's crossed into the box here. Header bounced away in the box here. Head away there from Man City. And now Jorginho has a strike. Could be, and it's going to be now a goal kick here for Man City in the game. So Ederson will take it. He boots the ball now away, out from danger. Header there now to Messi. And now here's to Declan Rice. Messi. Messi on the attack here now for, looks like for City here. Now Foden, 2-1. Ooh, save right there for the goalkeeper. Phil Foden right there had a chance to shoot. Save from Raya, corner. Chance here, header. And it is all at the crossbar. Chance for City to score. And clearance away here from Arsenal in this matchup. Brilliant. And now here's to, looks like Rodri, shoots, good block, has a chance right there for the goalkeeper. David Raya takes the handings right there in the game for the Arsenal. Okay, that's brilliant. Now here's Jesus, now to Odegaard. Now Odegaard now to Jesus now. Jesus on the attack. He's on the attack. He's on the attack. Jesus now. He's 1v1 to the goalkeeper. And he scores past the goalkeeper just before half time. And Arsenal are now 2-1 up to the good. And he runs now to the manager, Mikel Arteta, from that goal right there from Jesus. The fans are booing him, especially as he's a former Man City player in his own right. And he scored against them here and celebrate with against his former club. And he celebrates a Mikel Arteta from the dugout, and now it is 2-1 to the Arsenal. Brilliant, brilliant goal there from Jesus. And it's going to be half-time any minute now, by the way. Any minute now for half-time in this matchup. 2-1 to the Arsenal at the break at the Etihad Stadium. 100% record in all competitions between City and Arsenal throughout this Premier League season. And the whistle blows now for half-time. Half-time here as Jesus got that goal before half-time to score the goal to make it 2-1 as it ends of the break here as Man City 1, Arsenal 2 at half-time as it ends in the game.
Manchester City, the kings of English football again. You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half, and it is 2-1 to the Arsenal, and let's see if Arsenal can hold out this win here. Here's to Phil Foden. Now Foden now. Really pushing through now for City. Now to Julian Alvarez, now to Messi, and he shoots straight in the second half. He scores, and it is now 2-2, and Messi has done it. He done it in style to score another goal, and is now 2-2 in the game. 2-2 in the matchup, as a real perfect hit right there for the Argentinian right there of Lionel Messi to put the ball into the back of the net, as now it's 2-2. As now we've got here now, it looks like from Bukayo Saka now, runs through here, might look for a goal back in the game here. Saka turning around the defenders here of Man City. Now Saka in the box here, chance for Saka. Ooh, could have been corner for Arsenal. Corner in this matchup here, and cross into the box here, head away there from Man City. Now here's to Odegaard, now in the box here now, here's Rodri, clears the ball away from danger now for Man City. Now Lionel Messi, pass the ball nicely to Phil Foden. Now Phil Foden on the attack, really pushing through, really took it on right here now. Could be a chance here for a goal here for Foden, maybe, chance here to make it 3-2, and it is 3-2, and City for the second time in this matchup are in the lead, and he goes now and runs down to Pep Guardiola and celebrates that goal as now City are back in front, and as a goal for Phil Foden in the matchup. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish, brilliant goal for him to put that ball into the back of the net, and now it is 3-2 to Man City. So here we go, 3-2 City in the game. So here's a pass there now to Bukayo Saka now. Here's Chukwueze. Now Chukwueze now on the attack, running through, pacing through here now. Chance for Chukwueze, hit the crossbar. And now it looks like here Martinelli now with the ball. Pass it here, now lost it back now to Alvarez. Alvarez shoots, and that could have been 4-2 it could have been. And it went wide, and two substitutions right now from both sides in this game. Tomiyasu comes on the field as well, and also for Man City, Cancelo comes on the field also for Man City as well. So double substitution from both teams. And now here's Tomiyasu here, pass there now to Jesus, he hits it, save there from the goalkeeper there, Ederson. Great save there from Ederson, brilliant save. And now we do have, looks like here, a substitution as Laporte right there comes off the field, and John Stones will come on the field. And now for Arsenal, Saka comes off the field and Trossard comes on the field as we speak. Cross into the box here, header away right here now from Man City. And now looks like now that, so we have Saliba, now Odegaard's through, has a shot, save right there for the goalkeeper, brilliant save there, and Hanlon's right there from the goalie, and then he clears that ball away from danger. Header right there now to Odegaard now to Saka, now so it's a chance for Jesus Jesus has it, and he scores, and the Arsenal are 3-3 in this matchup, and what a brilliant goal there, his second goal in the matchup here for the Arsenal, and it is 3-3 in the match. 3-3, and that is a brilliant hit, what a goal, what a finish, and that is 3-3 in the matchup. Brilliant goal, brilliant hit as well, absolutely superb, and it is 3-3 this matchup between Man City and Arsenal, and it is actually, let's say, a 6-goal thriller at the Etihad Stadium. Now here's Phil Foden, looking through a chance to try and get back in front here now. Their nose is back in front. Now here's to Gabriel. Now to Declan Rice. Declan Rice now, nice pass there now to looks like Nketiah. Lost control of that now to Ruben Diaz. Now Diaz to Phil Foden. Foden so has a ball now to Jude Bellingham. Now Bellingham now to Phil Foden. Now Foden now. On the attack here now for City. Now Bellingham. Oh, lost control of that now. Back to Arsenal here now. Declan Rice will take it. Pass there to Eddie Nketiah. Now Nketiah now holds it tight. Now Jorginho on the attack here. Jorginho, he makes it 4-3. He could have done. Save right there for Ederson. Clearance away there from Man City. And now all the way here now to Trossard. Now to Rodri. Rodri now to Jude Bellingham. And now Julian Alvarez. Phil Foden on the attack. On the attack. On the attack. And now Foden now really pushing through. Looks like good pass in there to Martinelli. Now Martinelli right there. Now to Jorginho. Now Jorginho really pushing through here for Arsenal. Pushing through here for Arsenal. Chance here to make it 4. Could be Odegaard. Save. Rebound. Goal for Arsenal. And it is 4-3 in the 90th minute in the game. And that's probably the last kick of the game here for Arsenal. To get that goal. To get it in the 90th minute in the matchup is massive. In the game here, pure entertainment, pure drama, and it is 4-3 at the Etihad, and all whole season 100% record in all competitions in the FA Cup, knocking out Man City out Wembley a few weeks ago, beat Man City 2-1 from the start of the season, from 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium, and now here at the Etihad Stadium, 100% record has stopped Man City from getting any points in this game to put the pressure back onto United at the top of the Premier League. And that win right there for Arsenal was very costly right there for Man City. And as they needed that goal, they needed that win here, Man City, to be the ones to put the pressure on United in that title race. And that defeat right there is a massive blow for Man City in this title chance as it ends here at full time, here at the Etihad Stadium, as it ends Man City 3, Arsenal 4 at full time. Brilliant, brilliant victory there for the Gunners in this matchup here for this summer. A win is a win for Arsenal. They created the form. They created the win here over Manchester City. And I've got to say, that was an epic win. An epic win and an epic 3 points for the Gunners. Away from home especially. And I've got to say to you right there, my fellow pundit beside me, Andy Gray, Arsenal won the game 4-3. Tell us your thoughts. Well, I thought the game was very, let's say, disappointing for Man City because this win was the most important win for them to have any chances on chasing Manchester United for the Premier League title. But now, losing here this game will give United the opportunity to go 9 points clear at the top of the table if they beat Brentford in their matchup for this show in the highlights. But as of this game right here, Arsenal nicked at the end is a massive win for Mikel Arteta's team and a crucial win as well in terms of their chances to be in the top 4 by the end of this season. So in a way, I'm very happy to see how Arsenal really progressed in this matchup and got that last minute winner, because it could have gone to City, it could have done, but Arsenal kept believing, Arsenal kept resilient, and they got their reward because of it, and they won the match. Okay, thank you very much there, Andy Gray. And now we move on now to our next matchup here, as we do have the game here in the later evenings here on Sunday, as we have the Midlands Derby. We have Aston Villa, the home team, will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers in this local derby matchup. And let's get to that game right now between the two sides. We have this, say, the Birmingham Derby in this matchup here for this game. Wolves are the away team, Villa are the home team, and there's a lot to play for in this game in terms of this result here, hopefully, if things can work out on any of the favours between any of the two teams. For Villa, we know that for them, they are hunting for a Champions League place for next season. For Wolves, they're hunting for survival in the Premier League for another season, as they're only now on points now, at least, are only 5 points in front of where Rangers are currently at in that relegation drop. So there's a lot to play for both teams realistically, and we'll see exactly what happens this matchup between the two teams to get hopefully the result here as required in this matchup. So we'll start things off with Villa's lineup here right now, as we have obviously the goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez, we have Pau Torres, Silva, and as well we've got Jack Grealish as well, Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, Bailey, Watkins and Moussa Diaby is the players in the Villa team for Unai Emery's men. Now we move on to Wolves, however. We know Wolves obviously are not in a very good position. They're outside of the relegation zone, at least 5 or 6 points clear from the drop. And they know they've got a massive game on their hands here against their rivals of Aston Villa in this game. We have obviously a great defence they've got, Wolves. A solid 5-man defending. But with Wang Hee-Chang and also Adama Traore and Chana up front, that is a brilliant call to see there from Wolves especially. So let's see what happens here, this matchup here between these two sides in the Birmingham Derby match, the Midlands Derby between Wolves and also here Aston Villa. Big game this will be here, and I can't wait for it just to really stall this match for this match on Super Sunday. So here we go, kickoff's underway, and here we go for the matchup. We've got it stored, as looks like here Villa will kick things off now. Leon Bailey now the ball. Really pushing through here for Villa. Really on their counter-attack here. A chance there now to Watkins now, to Semedo. Semedo now. Now to a chance, a header clears away there now to Diaby. Diaby now's through. Chance for him to shoot. And a goal right there from Moussa Diaby. And Villa are in front. What a goal. And what a finish. And what a perfect strike right there. As Villa are in front in this matchup. What a brilliant goal. And what a superb finish right there from Moussa Diaby to score to make it 1-0 in the game at Villa Park. Absolutely brilliant in that. And it is 1-0. So you see what happens here now with Neves. Neves there pushing through here for Wolves. Has a great counter-attack. Crossing all the way. Lost it now back to Gerald Moreno. And now to Pau Torres. And now here's Douglas Luiz. Now to Jack Grealish. And now Jack Grealish right there to Ollie Watkins. Now Watkins cutting play for Villa to shoot. Great defending now. Chance in the box here. Head away there from Wolves. We've got, let's say, 30 minutes left of the game to go. And now here's Lemina. Lemina now really holding it through and nicely here now for Wolves. And now Mara Lemina to Out Nuri. Out Nuri now to Wang Hee-Chang. Wang Hee-Chang on the attack, on the fight. A chance maybe could be now to Matty Cash. Cash now to Torres. Torres now to Luiz. Now Douglas Luiz now, pass there now to Moussa Diaby. Moussa Diaby now, pushing through. Now to Dawson. Dawson now to Lemina. Lemina now to Kilman. Kilman now to Lemina. Lemina now, really pushing through here now for Wolves. Pushing really through. Exactly now here with help for Neves. Neves, Chana. Chana, what a strike. And what an unbelievable goal. And it is 1-1 in the matchup. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish. And a brilliant hit from him in the game as Wolverhampton Wanderers are now 1-1 in the matchup. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish, and it's 1-1. And great finish right there from him. And now Wolves are now getting back in the game slightly here. And now here's Leon Bailey now, really pushing through here for Aston Villa. Really creating some magic hopefully here maybe for Villa. But no, here's to Out Nuri. Out Nuri now, pushing through here for Wolves. And now chance here, pass there to Wang Hee-Chang. Wang Hee-Chang now to Chana. Chana now is through, looking for options here, for a pass now maybe. Who's he going to pass the ball to? Oh, he lost the ball now to Matty Cash. Now Leon Bailey now is through, really pushing through here. Great tackle there, free kick for Villa. And looks like now the referee may give Mario Lemina a card. Is it a card? Or it might be a card. Yeah, it's a yellow card. Yellow card for Mario Lemina there for Wolverhampton Wanderers from that challenge there. So free kick for Villa. And that was a real reckless challenge right there from Lemina. But he had to protect the team. He had to protect the game, he had to. It could have been a chance for a counter-attack for Villa, but great tackle there from Lemina anyway, despite him being booked. And now Matty Cash, cross ball into the box here. And now Ollie Watkins, and he scores, and it's 2-1 in the game. And the boys of Claret and Blue are now back in front. What a brilliant header there from Ollie Watkins. Real composure as well. He knew where to put the ball as well in a very decent position in the goal. He did that in style, and it's now 2-1 to Aston Villa. 2-1, electric, beautiful header and a beautiful goal. And I've got to say, I am very happy to see that goal happen, go in for Villa, because Villa are a team want to be in that Champions League position by the end of the season. Have not played in European Championships or the Champions League in general since 1982. And that was 43 years ago, by the way. I know Villa, of course, participated in the Europa League and that, but the Champions League hasn't been since he actually last won the trophy in 1982. But now he's out Nuri now for Wolves. Now he's looking for passing options here now to, looks like for Pau Torres. Now to, looks like here from Leon Bailey. Great defending here now for Wolves. Now here's to Lemina. Not long left for the game to go, by the way. Here's a chance for John McGinn. Nearly half-time. Great defending there from Gomez. Pass there to Leon Bailey. Bailey's through. And a save right there for the goalkeeper. A massive save right there from Jose Sarr. And it's now going to be a corner here for Aston Villa. Header away. Clearance away. We've got 1 minute left of the game to go, by the way. 1 minute left of the game to go. And it could be any minute now over for the first half. And it is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant all day long, as looks like here Aston Villa have got themselves that 2-1 victory in the game, and that's an absolute superb hit right there from Watkins, as the match up here right now is Villa 2, Wolves 1 at half time in the match here at Villa Park.
Manchester City, the kings of English football again. You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
And let's get straight now to the second half between Wolves and Aston Villa. 2-1 at half time for Villa. And now Dumatiore now really pushing through here for Wolves. And now back now to Kilman. No, he's a throw in for Wolves though, because Villa last touched the ball out for a throw. Now here's Nelson Semedo now lost the ball now. Throwing for Villa in this matchup. Villa have got themselves a throw. Jack Grealish throws the ball there to Pau Torres. Pau Torres now to Douglas Luiz. Great pass there now to Diaby. Diaby on the shot here. Could be a chance. And a great save right there from the goalkeeper right there from Jose Sarr in this match. And now pass the ball short here now for Aston Villa. Could be a creation of a goal maybe so in this game. And now all the way here to Wang Hee-Chang. Now to, looks like here from Diaby. Diaby. Oh, could have been 3-1 it could have been, but it went wide. So it's going to be a goal kick, by the way, in this matchup. So goal kick for Aston Villa in this matchup as we speak at the moment. And goal kick, clearance away there from Wolves. And now here's a header there now to Adama Traoré. And now Traoré now, he's through on the counter-attack here for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Could be a chance here for a goal. Wolves got themselves a goal, and it is a goal. That's 2-2. And there's game on. Here we go, 2-2. And Wolves are not giving up, they're not, without a fight. They are not giving up without a fight. And it's now 2-2 in this matchup. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish. And it's 2-2 between Villa and the Wolves in this matchup, as we have got it underway right now for this match. 2-2. Lot to play for this match, lot to fight for. And now here's Ollie Watkins. He pushes through. Ollie Watkins. He's pushing through again. Make it 3-2 for Villa maybe here. Here's Diaby. Diaby shoots, and a save right there for the goalkeeper. Brilliant save. And now we've got ourselves a throw in here in this match, or corner, sorry, I meant, in this matchup here for Douglas Luiz. The pass the ball short to Diaby. Diaby in the box. Header away there from Wolves. Now Diaby. Diaby has a shot, and there's a save right there from the goalkeeper. So we've got ourselves a corner here again for Aston Villa. So substitution here from Villa, and let's see what happens from here now. So here's Wang Hee-Chang really pushing through. Nice counter-attack for Wang Hee-Chang, by the way, in this match. Cutting through. Good chance here. And now Chang again. Nice little cut in play. Chang, he's through. And that's a brilliant goal here for Wolves in the matchup. And it is 3-2 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Brilliant goal for Wang Hee-Chang, and a brilliant strike right there for Chang, and Wolverhampton Wanderers put themselves in the lead in the game, and that's an absolute unbelievable hit right into that top corner, and now it is 3-2 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So here we go, 3-2 to Wolves, and Wolves are in front in this matchup here. Now Bailey. Now Cash. Now McGinn. And now Bailey. Really pushing through. Now Bailey now on the attack. Fail penalty. And Totti Gomez for Wolves have gave away a penalty for Wolverhampton Wanderers, as Aston Villa have won themselves a penalty here in the 77th minute in the matchup. And now Wolves could be back level in the match. as we've got the substitution. Neves will come off the field and Traoré will come on the field in the match. So here we go on that. So it's penalty in the matchup here. Now Douglas Luiz has it, takes it, goal for Aston Villa, and that's an absolute brilliant hit in the bottom corner, and now it is 3-3 to Aston Villa in the matchup. Brilliant goal, brilliant hit in the bottom corner, and now it's 3-3 in the game. What a strike in that bottom corner right there, and he beats Jose Sarr, and now it is 3-3. And now here's Adama Traoré. And now Traoré now pushing through. Traoré now good defending. Now Pala Torres. And now Zanzulo. Now Zanzulio now pushing through. Now Dawson. Lamina. And now all the way to Chunna. Now back to there to Emiliano Martinez now to Diego Costa. And now Zanzulio. Now pushing through here now to Jack Grealish. Cross into the box here, head away. Now McGinn. Save right there for the goalkeeper. And looks like here now we've got a substitution here. As we do have, it looks like here, Conceição comes on the field and Costa will come off the field. So here we go, corner's being given. Corner has been given in this match. And now Semedo now will come off the field and Doherty comes on the field. And now we've got ourselves a corner in this match up here now. Pass the ball short now to Leon Bailey. Into the box here, head away. And now Chunna right there pushing through on the counter attack now. Wang Hee-chang. And now Traoré. And now is Bruno. In the box, in the keeper's hands. And now all the way there to Grealish here. Now Traoré. Now pushing through. Shot maybe, save. Keeper. Clearance. And now Conceição, and that's going to be that to wrap things up for the end of the matchup here for full time. As Aston Villa have got that crucial point. That crucial point was massive right there for the team, for Wolverhampton Wanderers. As looks like they got a point out of Villa, as it came down to a 6-goal thriller in this matchup here. And a perfect point, I've got to say, there for Aston Villa. And it is now 2-2 at the end of the matchup, as it ends Villa 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3 at full time. And a massive point between Villa and Wolverhampton Wanderers. A 3-3 goal thriller between these two teams to get a point out of each other in this Midlands derby match. And Andy Gray, what was your thoughts on this point here between these two sides in this matchup? As Wolves got a point away from home, and so does Villa got a point at home themselves against the two teams. Cannot split from each other in the matchup. Any takers during this game here, Andy? Well, it was an unbelievable game between the two teams I used to play for in my playing days of Wolves and Aston Villa, and I thought it was a very entertaining game of 6 goals involved in this matchup. A very entertaining matchup, I've got to say. A very close call of the game as well. It's brilliant to see from those players as well to really create some magic in the matchup, and they've done that in style. They create that moment also in style, and they did that absolutely unbelievably, of course, as a point is a point. And I've got to say that both teams play a good game, and you couldn't split the two, because both two teams have really took it to the end of the match, and they did that really terrifically in this match. So yeah, 3-3 is perfect, and great football as well. And I've got to say, there's nothing to say really much, because both teams were the better sides. It might give Wolves a little bit of confidence, of course, to get that point, to keep themselves away from the drop. As for Villa, They might have them say be a little bit disappointed maybe they could not get the win over the line, because there's a chance for Villa to push themselves in that top 4 position, or top 5 in fact, to the Champions League places. So in the game itself, I felt like it was more pure entertainment, I've got to say, between these two sides here on Super Sunday. And thank you very much there, Andy. And let's get straight now into the coverage here of all the other games here across the Premier League for match day 30. And let's get to those games right now. And a nice brilliant goal here for Mason Mount to score the first opener in the matchup for Chelsea, as Rangers are behind. But a perfect solo run there from Mason Mount really beat the goalkeeper there of Rangers, Samba, as Chelsea take the lead to make it 1-0 in the game. As a great perfect run here for Rangers in the matchup, as a real perfect goal here for Delalo to hit the ball right in the top corner, as a brilliant hit right there from Delalo, as now Rangers are now level in the matchup at Stamford Bridge. And then another goal in the matchup, but however for Chelsea, as Tammy Abraham, nice run for him, right past the goalkeeper of Samba. And now it's 2-1 here to Chelsea in the game. A perfect run and a perfect finish from Tammy Abraham to score past the goalkeeper Samba to make it 2-1 in the match. And then Chelsea carried on the football and carried on the play, as a nice run here from Lukaku to score another goal here past Rangers, as it's now 3-1 to the good. What a brilliant run there. Perfect, I've got to say there, as the goalkeeper could not do anything about that, as now it's 3-1 here for Chelsea in the match. And then Chelsea again, unfortunately for Rangers, things got bad to worse again, because Sterling scores a goal to make it 4 for Chelsea. And they are definitely now mathematically safe if they beat Rangers here this afternoon to place themselves in the Premier League for next season. But a real brilliant hit right there from Raheem Sterling, as now Chelsea are definitely running riot in this match. But a nice free kick here at the end of the matchup for Rangers, as James Tavernier scored a consolation goal at the end to make it 4-2. So that'll mean that the end of the matchup is a massive win for Chelsea. It means at Stamford Bridge they really developed themselves as a real top quality team in the matchup. Showed a lot of flair, a lot of fight, a lot of coverage to get themselves to be the better team in the matchup. And they did that in style, as Raheem Sterling scored a goal in the matchup. And a few other players for Chelsea also scored as well, to make sure Chelsea are now mathematically safe from the relegation drop. No, Chelsea obviously a long way away from the relegation drop, but mathematically they won the game here by 4-2, and that's a massive win for Chelsea in the match here this afternoon. And a perfect run right here. Looks like Younes, the young player, the young promised player for Leicester, scored the first goal in the matchup here, as Younes took it all upon himself, the Turkish winger, to make Leicester City be in the lead here against Palace by 1-0 so far at the King Power. But however, things looked bad for Leicester in the matchup, as Crystal Palace won themselves a penalty in the matchup, as Olivier passed the ball short to Wilfred Zaha, took it into the penalty box, and then Justin right there slide tackled Wilfred Zaha, and the referee pointed to the spot for a penalty here for Palace in the matchup. And looks like Justin James has been booked a yellow card here in the matchup for Leicester City. And then Wilfred Zaha took the penalty here for Palace and got themselves level here past Leicester City. And that's an absolute perfect goal right there in the matchup for Palace to do so, as it's now 1 apiece in this matchup so far this afternoon. And then Wilfred Zaha really took it all upon himself and got a nice counter-attack here. Great pass there from Mateta, all the way there to Michael Olise to put the ball right past the goalkeeper of Kasper Schmeichel. And now it is 2-1 in the matchup. A nice perfect run right there from Michael Olise to put the ball right in that top corner. And now it's 2-1 to the Palace in the match. And then Leicester City got themselves a goal here to make it 2-2. A great run here for Leicester, as a great shot for the second time for Younes to score another goal right here for Leicester, to score his second goal in the matchup. And his second goal was right in that top corner, as Dean Henderson couldn't do anything about that, unfortunately. So as it's now 2-1 to Leicester in the match. And now a perfect hat-trick in the matchup here for Younes to score just before half-time. A nice perfect run right there for Younes. Took it all upon himself against Crystal Palace's defence as he was 1v1 to the goalkeeper of Dean Henderson. And now Leicester City are 3-2 up in the matchup. What a perfect run and what a perfect finish for Younes to score a hat-trick in the game. But before half-time, Jamie Vardy scores and placed that ball right past the goalkeeper in the bottom corner. Dean Henderson really ran through and took it all upon himself to hit that in the bottom corner and scored to make it 4-2 to Leicester, the Foxes, in the match. And that means Leicester City have done so well to get that win here. A hat-trick right there for Younes Akgun to score here at the King Power. A real top young player, the prospect for Leicester to do so here for this afternoon. But the matchup ends here at full time as Leicester City 4, Crystal Palace 2 at full time. And a real perfect goal here for Norwich in the matchup as Josh Sargent puts that ball right in the top corner. The beat past the goalkeeper of West Frodsham, Norwich City. Nice perfect pass there to Josh Sargent. This will smash the ball right past the keeper. And now Norwich City are now 1-0 up to the good here, away from home against Sheffield United. And then Sheffield United got themselves straight after a goal here. Cameron Archer placed the ball past the goalkeeper right there, Angus Gunn. And now it's 1 apiece in this matchup between the Blades and the Canaries at Bramall Lane. And then a goal here again here for Norwich City to make it 2-1 as Josh Sargent, a nice perfect run right here for him to score another goal here to make it 2-1 in the matchup. A nice little turn, strike right there, right past the goalkeeper West Frodsham, and now it is 2-1 to Norwich in the match. And then again another goal happened as well here in the matchup. Again looks like for Norwich City to extend the lead to make it 3-1 just before half time as the Norwich fans behind the goal celebrated as Timo Pukki got himself on the score sheet and scored past the goalkeeper of West Frodsham. And things looking bad here for Sheffield United as they're the team outside of the relegation drop as Pukki right there celebrates with his manager Russell Martin. And a great cross right here for Sheffield United to get themselves back in the game. An unbelievable header right there. It looks like there from Cameron Archer to head the ball right past the goalkeeper from that range to Angus Gunn. As Sheffield United are creeping back in the matchup here as it's still 3-2 as Norwich are still in the lead. And then Sheffield United unfortunately gave away another stupid goal as Josh Sargent scored past the goalkeeper right there of West Frodsham to make it 4-2 in the matchup. And what a perfect run right there all the way to Josh Sargent, and he hits it on his laces. And the team who've lost back-to-back games in the last 8 or 9 games so far, Norwich have not picked up any result in the league and they are rock bottom of the Premier League for a reason. But for the first time in the last 8 or 9 games since they beat Rangers by 4-3, that was the last time they won the match in any Premier League game throughout this season. As it ends here at full time as Sheffield United 2, Norwich City 4. And a nice perfect run here for Marcus Rashford to score against the goalkeeper of Brentford. What a hit right there from Rashford inside that bottom corner as an absolute perfect run and an absolute perfect finish. In the first 2 minutes in the match, Man United take the lead here at the G-Tech Stadium. But then Cristiano Ronaldo got himself on the score sheet to make it 2-0. Nice little cut-in play from Ronaldo and he hits it past Flacken to make it 2-0 in the match. And what a brilliant run right there from Cristiano Ronaldo to really do that. And now it's 2-0 to Manchester United in the match. And then a goal here again, looks like from Manchester United once again. Ronaldo scores another goal past Brentford, and now it's 3-0 here at the G-Tech for the league leaders of the Premier League. As Man United are definitely running away now as maybe Premier League champions of this season. And then Man United, of course, in the second half got themselves another goal in the matchup to make it 4-0 as a great run. Bruno Fernandes, nice little sweaty pass there to Ronaldo to score a hat-trick in the matchup. As a little bit of Portuguese connection right there between Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo, as Ronaldo got himself a hat-trick here at the G-Tech Stadium this afternoon. And then another goal before the end of the matchup, as a nice run here for Ronaldo to score another goal to make it 4-0. And the GOAT, or the greatest player of all time, has scored 4 goals past Brentford here this afternoon. And Brentford looked very vulnerable throughout the whole matchup and could not do anything here past Manchester United here this afternoon. And Ronaldo deserves that match ball, has scored 4 goals in the matchup, could help them now definitely to win Man United the Premier League title within the next 8 to 9 games left of the season to go, as Ronaldo got himself that match ball as a hat-trick winner. As it ends here as Brentford 0, Man United 5. And a nice brilliant run right here for Spurs to get themselves their first goal in the matchup as Harry Kane hits the ball on his weak foot past the goalkeeper Joe Hart, as Spurs now definitely take the lead here early on this matchup. As unfortunately for Joe Hart, he could not beat Harry Kane, and Kane took it all upon himself to score the first goal in the match. And then another goal here in the matchup for Spurs as Kieran Trippier, a great run here for Trippier to hit the ball past the goalkeeper of Joe Hart, and now it is a goal there, brilliantly there, really composed I've got to say there from Kieran Trippier, the right back for Tottenham, and scored past Celtic to make it 2-0 in the game. And a nice brilliant run here for Fekir in the matchup. Really took it right there upon the defenders of Celtic. And now he scored another goal here past Joe Hart into the back of the net as Tottenham Hotspur are now 3 goals up in the lead here at White Hart Lane this afternoon. And then another goal scored in the matchup here for Spurs, as a nice brilliant run here in the matchup. Looks like for Son Heung-min to really run on his own 1v1 to the goalkeeper and place that ball right in the bottom corner, and Tottenham Hotspur are 4 goals up in the matchup here against Celtic here this afternoon. And a nice perfect run here for Tottenham in the matchup as Basuma scored the 5th goal here past Joe Hart. An unbelievable run and an unbelievable hit right there for Tottenham Hotspur to get something in this match. And now it's 5-0 for Tottenham in the matchup so far in the game. And that'll mean that Ange Postecoglou right here got himself a massive win here past Celtic in the matchup. But for Brendan Rodgers, time is definitely running out for Celtic, as they're now in big trouble to end up being relegated in the Championship for next season. The only good thing about Celtic, however, they only got at least now 9 matches to go left of the Premier League season. But right here, this matchup here this afternoon, this was not a very good game. But Spurs take 5 goals past Celtic here at White Hart Lane this afternoon. An unbelievable cross into the box here for Brighton to score against here Liverpool. A very, let's say, leaky defending right there for Liverpool, as Brighton got themselves a real, let's say, good goal in this matchup to put themselves in the lead here at Anfield. All thanks to Caicedo to put the ball past Alisson to make it 1-0 to the Seagulls here in the match. And then Liverpool got themselves their gears up front attacking wise and scored to make it 1-1 just before half time, as Darwin Núñez struck that ball upon past Joe Hart into that top corner. And now Liverpool are definitely running riot here, and now it's 1-1 in the matchup here for Liverpool in the match this afternoon at Anfield. And then another goal here for Liverpool. Took it really against the goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, as Darwin Núñez right there. A wicked run right there in the matchup here for him to score his 2nd goal in the match, as Darwin Núñez struck the ball right there past Robert Sanchez. And now it's 2-1 here for Liverpool in the game. And then again Liverpool got themselves another goal to make it 3-1, as it looks like Darwin Núñez got himself a hat-trick in the matchup. And that hat-trick was absolutely perfect in the matchup here for Liverpool to definitely really fulfill a massive 3 points here at the stadium of Anfield here this afternoon. As a perfect goal right here for Darwin Núñez in the matchup to really play some real brilliant football in the game. Really took it all upon against Brighton here this afternoon to score a hat-trick in the game. And that's a real perfect goal right there from Darwin Núñez to do so here in the matchup at Anfield this afternoon. So it ends here at full time as it ends Liverpool 3, Brighton 1 at full time. A very disappointing start for Newcastle as James Ward-Prowse was taken out by Newcastle's Sven Botman, and Sven Botman was sent off within the first 7 minutes in the matchup by a dangerous sliding tackle to James Ward-Prowse, and Newcastle are down to 10 men in the first 7 minutes in the matchup. A free kick for West Ham as James Ward-Prowse had a shot, hit the crossbar, rebound back to Kudus and had a shot, and Nick Pope tried to save that chance, but the ball unfortunately still crept into the back of the net as the Hammers take the lead here at St James's Park Stadium this afternoon. And that's a real perfect goal right there, brilliantly for West Ham in the match. And then West Ham carried on the football, carried on the play. A great little pass there, all the way there to Kudus to score another goal to make it 2-0 in the match so far. And that's a real brilliant, let's say, run here for West Ham United as Kudus right there put his laces on that. And now it's 2-0 to the Hammers in this match. An unbelievable header right there for West Ham United in the matchup. A great cross into the box here, into the head of Harry Maguire. The score against Nick Pope to score the first goal for the Hammers in the match. And that's absolutely brilliant right there for Maguire to do so. And now it's 3-0 to West Ham against Newcastle. And then West Ham United got themselves another goal in the matchup to make it 4-0. A nice perfect run here for Jarrod Bowen. Took it all upon himself, 1v1 to Nick Pope. As now the Hammers are 4 goals up here in the game. A nice perfect, brilliant run here into the back of the net. And now it's 4-0 to the Hammers in the match. And then Newcastle United of course got themselves a goal back in the matchup to make it 4-1 in the game, as a real perfect run here looks like from Callum Wilson to slot that ball home, and that's a goal back here for Newcastle. Maybe slightly a consolation goal in the fact because the goal was actually taken near the end of the game, and now it is 4-1 here to Newcastle in the matchup so far. And then West Ham United got themselves another goal scored in the 90th minute of the game as Kudus right there made it 5 in the match. A nice perfect run here for Kudus to take it all upon himself to put the ball right past the keeper of Pope, and now it is 5-1 to the Hammers in the game. And the full-time whistle blew here at the end of the matchup here this afternoon as West Ham United did guarantee a massive win here past Newcastle as Mohamed Kudus scored a hat-trick in the game. Was absolutely brilliant to see for him in the matchup to do so here as a full-time score in the matchup at St James's Park Stadium as it ends Newcastle United 1, West Ham 5. And a real reckless challenge from Doucouré in the matchup. Really changed the game for Everton in the matchup as Doucouré slide tackled Somerville. And it looks like here that Doucouré was in massive trouble here by the referee as he's been sent off. As Doucouré makes Everton go down to 10 men here at Ellen Road this afternoon. And a real perfect start here for Leeds in the matchup as Patrick Bamford strike that ball right into that top corner to score the first opener in the match. And that's an absolute brilliant strike there for Bamford. And now it is 1-0 to Leeds United in the game. And then another goal scored in the matchup. It looks like here for Leeds. Patrick Bamford, nice pass there for Somerville. Took it all upon himself and he hits it right in the top corner and right into the back of the net. As now Leeds United are now 2 goals up here in the match past Everton so far in the game. And now Leeds carried on and really running right in this matchup and scored another goal against Everton as a real perfect run here. It looks like Calvin Phillips, the local boy, scores another goal for Leeds United, and they're 3 goals up in the matchup here against Everton. What a perfect run for him, and what a brilliant finish for him as well. And now the score is 3-0 to Leeds. And then Leeds carried on dominating and got another goal in the matchup to make it 4 in the second half. Patrick Bamford with the ball has a shot right past Jordan Pickford and scores the game here to make it 4-0. A nice perfect run, took it all upon himself. Jordan Pickford was in the wrong position at the wrong time, and now it's 4-0. And then Everton carried on fighting, and Alex Iwobi got himself a consolation goal. Down to 10 men, but a consolation goal was something for Everton, and now they got a goal back, but they've definitely lost this game here now, as it is 4-1 to Leeds United. And then Leeds carried on dominating, and another goal here for Leeds as Sintiera finds a nice pass there to Junior Firpo. Junior Firpo to Patrick Bamford, and then Bamford cut all the way, 1v1 to the keeper again, has a shot, saved, but a foul right there was given from Danjuma for Everton, who slide tackled right there on Patrick Bamford, and Danjuma gave away a silly penalty at the end of the game. And then however Leeds got themselves that 5th goal, that major 5th goal to definitely win the game, running right here at Ellen Road at home. A perfect slot home finish right there for Patrick Bamford, and now the score is now 5-1 to Leeds United in the game, and that is a massive win there, I've got to say, there for Leeds United. They really played some very good football in the matchup, especially a hat-trick right there for Patrick Bamford. Really done well there for Leeds, and they won the game here at full time at Ellen Road as Leeds United 5, Everton 1 at full time here at home. The official results of the Premier League for match day 30. Aston Villa 3, Wolves 3, Man City 3, Arsenal 4, Chelsea 4, Rangers 2, Leicester 4, Palace 2, Sheffield United 2, Norwich 4, Brentford 0, Man United 5, Spurs 5, Celtic 0, Liverpool 3, Brighton 1, Leeds 5, Everton 1, and Newcastle 1, West Ham United 5 at the end of the matches for match day 30. And that will mean that United are now at least 9 points clear from Man City at the top of the Premier League. What we do have now will be Liverpool, and also Arsenal and Spurs are currently in that top 5. And also coming up for the games at the bottom end of the table, as Leicester City are now moved up to 11th position, while we do have at least now that Rangers and Celtic and Norwich also still occupy the relegation zone. So that will mean for this Wednesday coming, as we do have at Stamford Bridge live on BBC, as Chelsea will face Manchester United. And that's all we have time for here right now for the coverage on Super Sunday from all of us here in the studio. Myself here today, Richard Keys, and my fellow pundit beside me, Andy Gray. And have a very good week, and we'll see you for the coverage of football for the BBC's Match of the Day with our other fellow presenter and pundit on the other studio on BBC with Alan Shearer and also Gary Lineker to broadcast you those matches. But until now, here on Super Sunday, here on Sunday, here right now this afternoon, have a very good evening.